Well, some good news first at 4. A National Law Enforcement Association just announcing that violent crimes have gone down in all 3 of Ohio's major cities.
That's really good news. But here in Cleveland, there's one violent crime stat that has gone up. 19 investigator Mike Mason spoke with the city's mayor and police chief. Mike's here now to tell us what he has found.
Yeah, this survey focused on 4 categories that included some of the most violent crimes. And while Cleveland is improving in most categories, it appears that one still needs some work.
Homicides are down over 20%.
With major crimes going down in Cleveland, Mayor Justin Bibb feels things are looking up.
Every department in the city of Cleveland is working to keep our streets safe.
A survey was just released showing the number of violent crimes in the first half of the year compared with last year. Those crimes include murder, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. Cleveland saw a drop in each category except for rape, which did increase slightly.
Some of those are from something that occurred years ago that's just currently reported, so there's a lot to those numbers. It's a really touchy subject on how we approach those rape numbers.
Police Chief Dorothy Todd says overall the city's major crimes have gone down over the past couple of years.
Our goal is to keep combating this violent crime and bringing those numbers down.
How does Cleveland stack up with other cities?
Listen, I think we are one of the leading cities in the country in terms of our reduction in violent crime.
The mayor says the city's violence prevention programs and new homeless initiative have helped to drive those numbers down. But officials say there's still more work to do. Don't we still need more detectives and more patrol officers?
Certainly. I think the investments we've made through the RISE initiative have all played a role in increasing the ranks that we have in our police department.
However, the CPD could use another 200 officers, but Chief Todd says there will always be someone out there patrolling the streets of Cleveland.
We will continue to be proactive and have aggressive enforcement throughout the year.
Now, the CPD is budgeted for 1,350 sworn police officers. They currently have just over 1,100. They're also counting on the 41 recruits who are now in the police academy. Mike Mason, 19 News.